never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hi guys, this is a Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku was a Shadow Dragon part... Excuse me a second, I need to think. Okay, I'm back. It's part 3, I think. Or 4. I don't know. Let me make sure. Okay, it's 3. It's 3 because, I just recently just got done with my, second one, so this is the third one, so as we're gonna cut to the arcade where she's Katsuki's this spinning some games on a fighting game that's linked to the fighting games in the arcade game that she's playing is connected to other arcade games that's the same type, the same game where it's it's just a it's just a what do you call it, a fighting game, so you could have like rounds and stuff like that, tournaments and stuff like that, using not the same machine but several of the same type. So you know what I mean. As we have Izuku, been playing the game for a little bit. As he likes it. As he's battling, a opponent from the arcade. As he totally demolished it. This player. As you hear in the other side of the couple machines, you hear little pops and an angry yell. As she storms up. She's like Izuku, you? As like, oh hi Kazuki, what brings you here? And she's like, are you the one that was challenging were you the one who playing with me? He's like, yeah. And he's like, if you're gonna hit me, don't hit the face. And she throws it down. And she's like, we're playing again. And they spend a couple rounds as she her alarm went off on her phone. And she's like, shit, we're gonna be late. Technically we're gonna be late now. And she's like, come on. Come on, new kid. And she drags him along and she's like, where are we going, Katsuki? And she's like, school, of course. We're kinda late. As they come in late as several kid members from the upper class, their leader as declared war on Katsuki. As she's like, it's a girl. Another, her quirk will be like, she's a fire user. So, majority of people up there are fire users. But, Katsuki despises her with a passion. As she, her little group walks in to the classroom. The teacher, he's not there. She's not there. As you have Izuku, sitting, next to Bakugo. And she's like, oh, well, what do we have here? Kazuki. And she's still just, doing small talk, insulting her in a friendly way. As, Kazuki's like, if I were you, if I were you, Matches. As, a firecracker. I don't know what she would call her. That's a flame quirk. So it's like if I were you, lighter. And she's like, what do you mean? As what did you call me? And she does, a light little flames out. Exactly, you're nothing but a glorified lighter. And she's like, if I were you, I would walk out that door and act like that never, and forget this, and forget we had this conversation. And she's like, teach her a lesson. And she steps backwards. As Kazuki, Kazuki and Izuku, they're friendly. They're like, she still, picks on other people, but her mother kind of made her, keep an eye on Izuku to look after him. So, her parents are friends, and, she kind of, looks up to Izuku's mother. So, she's not going to do anything like that to mess with, cause drama. So, she's not a total, monster. But as they come rushing her, as she, pushes Izuku off, push him backwards, as she does it, like a big explosion, as all the three students gets thrown back into a wall. As reinforcements comes in, it's a lot of students, as they have weapons, as she's like, shit. Izuku, you up transfer? She's like, are you, I hope you're not knocked out, new kid. As Izuku's like, yeah, I'm fine. You might want to be a little more delicate next time. As he's like, quit it. I need your help. As there's a lot of kids. As this type of event is going to cause a lot of problems for the school. So heroes will appear eventually, but as we do this, as Izuku's like, Katsuki, can you step back a little bit? As he's like, no, more over here, more over there. As he blasts purple fire out, as it stops a lot of them. As he's like, right about there. As he's like, what are you doing, Izuku? Oh, I don't want you in the way. I don't want to, knock you. This form is interesting. Let's just say, as he fully transformed into the dragon inside. Let's just say this was in it's a classroom, and this one it's pretty big, but he's able to control his size. So he's a decent size. He's bigger than a human, but as they're like, what the hell? He has a transformation quirk. As Izuku breathes fire. As they realize Izuku can change into a freaking dragon. As everyone retreats because they don't want to get Izuku looks terrifying. So he's the dragon that's in the back. It's in the thumbnail. So yeah, he looks terrifying. As Katsuki's a little shocked. As Katsuki's like, is that you, Midoriya? As Izuku talks, normally, because he's like, it's me, Katsuki. It's just my transformation side of my quirk. And she's like, I figured you would have, some fire, but Jesus, man. Didn't realize you could change into a freaking dragon. As she's like, she smiles a little bit, as she's like, huh. And she's like, yeah, we're definitely going to, team up for the tournament. As Izuku's like, what? And she's like, yeah, we're definitely team up, Dragon Boy. As she's like, got my own personal dragon. As, they walk off, as, that happens. As when he de-transform, he has, magic. So, same, he has clothes, so, that doesn't, that won't be a problem. So as they leave the school property or whatever, as you know, the heroes bust in the riot. As Izuku and Katsuki took off. That's why they weren't caught. So, you know, as you know, they both get home. As you know, they figured they was with each other. As Katsuki's about to walk home to her house, as she hears, Mitsuki, don't you dare go anywhere. And she's like, oh, damn it. I guess they found out. So as they explain, you two, seriously, again? They've had several attempts, stuff like this happening before, several times. As Inko is having a field day. I was like, I figured, if you were in the same class, you would mellow my daughter out a little bit, but no, it did the total opposite. As she's kind of upset. Because Kazuki's like, Mom, relax. We didn't get caught. I mean, we left long before, even the police showed up, so. And she's like, that's not the point. You started a student a high school gang war, as blood war. She's like, it's not that serious. As she starts yelling. She knows what that school reputation is, and she knows exactly what her daughter does. She's like, you need a, I don't know what to do with you. As she literally doesn't know what to do. As Inko's like, relax, relax. So my niece is a little school gang leader. And judging by what the report says, my son over here decided it was a good idea to, transform right in the middle of school. I wouldn't be that upset if you used a little bit of fire, you punched some people, but no, you literally changed into a freaking dragon and started breathing fire. There's not how many strength, how many favors I had to pull just to, not get you jail time, kid. And she's like, well, my bad, Mom. I was just trying to intimidate them a little bit, but I didn't realize it would be that effective. She's like, of course, you literally turn into, they had some sort of, surveillance cameras in that school, in the classroom, so they saw the incident, so, they're, in trouble. As that happens. If we're gonna, time skip. For, yeah, we're gonna time skip. Over to time skip, Izuku and, Midoriya. Kinda was forced to, change schools. Let's not change schools. Let's say they got a new principal. The school district, they were off for several weeks until they ran that school overhaul. As it's totally different. As they walk in to the well, when they were able to come back, as Izuku and Katsuki walks in, as it's high tech security. Looks like a straight up prison. As you see Inko talking with the new principal. She's like, she thanks her for her help. As Izuku's like, Mother, what did you do? Oh, hello, son. Well, I couldn't really take you out of the school because you need experience, and I have, we have the tournament to worry about, but I fixed it so, the other kids won't be issue. I've already eliminated majority of the troublemakers. What do you mean? Oh, it's simple, son. As, the number third hero, I have some, authority a little bit. So I kind of had all the teachers fired, rehired, and had certain kids expelled because of records. As you know, Izuki's like, Mom, is that even legal? And she's like, it's not totally illegal, but it's frowned upon a little. As Izuki's like, Mom, that's not a good idea, and saying it and so openly in public. And she's like, knock it off, as long as no one says anything, no, I'm still in the clear. And she's like, have fun in your new school. As she walks off. As it's straight up, Kasuki's like, Jesus. Feels like we're in a prison. As he's like, yeah, Mom went a little overboard on safety, apparently. I didn't realize Mom had a, I didn't know my mother was capable of that. Caring so much that it makes scary. It turns out to be even scarier. Like, I don't know what, sorry, as he's, visibly scared because, she's never shown, mother instincts, but, now she's showing it and it's kind of scary. So, it's like, I knew my mother had, mother instincts, but I didn't realize it was going to be this scary. As, they go throughout the, year as we're gonna time skip to like, the end of middle school. As that goes on, and out of all the leaders from the school, little war they got going on, Kasuki's the only one that was left. So they all got booted. So bye bye. So we cut to the Quirk tournament. As they're sponsored. As they go through the ceremony. As it's several students from their class. But the main racket is, the powerhouse is Kazuki and it's Kazuki and Izuku. Sorry, I keep forgetting his name for some reason. But I should have uploaded my last part before I started this one. But whatever. Well, you'll get them both pretty close to each other. So let's continue. As they watch the matches. As Inko's like, son, pay attention to all their matches. Crush them. She's like, yeah, Mom, I'll take care of that. Good. I would hate for you to lose, and then my company goes downhill, then we go live on the street, and then you're gonna have to get a job, and Izuku's like, fine, Mom, I get it, no. He's like, that's not funny. And she's like, I'm not messing with you, son. And she's like, but I'm serious. Don't show them mercy. As as Izuku's like, so I'm all green with all my abilities. And she's like, yeah, most likely, but none of your most powerful abilities, please. And she's talking about the magic. So she doesn't know how to think about that. She doesn't know, what the heck his quirk is. It's weird. It does a little bit of everything apparently. As Izuku does, phrase it, that's because he's a dragon. So maybe it's a byproduct of having a dragon-based quirk. So that's how he labels it, even though it's bullshit. But let's continue. As we get to the first match. as we have, someone in the bleachers, from the opposite team of an opposite school that goes to, Momo's school. As, I'm going to, I'll do that later, but, I have an idea for mixing the two schools together and in high school. So, we'll have more content. So, let's continue. As it's, I'm gonna use Luna again because, that's a name I can remember, easy. It's Luna Rosefield and her partner. As Rosa Rosefield is, their family doesn't have quirks, but they pass their magic as a quirk. Let's call it magical or something like that. So a quirk that makes it seems like they have magic powers, and it's a family trait that they say, but it's typically just magic. So as Luna sees, she not only sees Izuku, she could feels his magical pressure. It's huge. As she's coughing up blood a little bit because of the magical pressure he has. Because he's literally, still dragon. He just reincarnated in a different form a little bit. So as her friends, pick her up, and she's like, "Ma'am, are you like, Luna? Are you right?" He's like, "I'm fine." That girl, oh that boy, I want you to get all information on him. Immediately. As they get all the information, and they're like, she's freaking out because she thought her family was the only magic family, and literally, magic is peeling off of him like it's aura, as it's leaking out. Izuku hasn't really doesn't really bother trying to hide his magical powers because there hasn't been any incidents where a dragon attacked him or any hunters or anything like that. So he doesn't care really, and it's it was one of his old past life worries, I guess you would say. So he doesn't really follow majority of what the old Bardock, not Bardock, sorry, the old Bahamut would do. So he's still, like I said in the previous parts, or I did in the last part. I think I said, but let me stop rambling up. But his personality is different from the one in the original part 0, in the part 0 Bahamut. So that's how that goes. So as they're watching their match, as Kasuki and Izuku, as they look at each other, as like, let's do this. As they do combination attacks. As when she does explosion, Izuku comes in with purple fire. As they're pushing them back, as they're just ice wielders, So bad matchup. As Katsuki goes in, kicks one of them towards Izuku, as she pins down the other one as she begins just using explosion after explosion, laughing and smiling. As Mitsuki is like covering her head a little bit because it's kind of embarrassing that her daughter like acts like kind of a villain when she fights. She fights a little dirty. As Inko's watching her son. She's saying, huh, "Don't hold back, son. Just stop holding back." As Mitsuki hears that, he's like, "Why are you? I want to see where he's at." As Izuku goes full out, not transform yet, but he's gonna say that for later. But he transformed into a combination between the both. As you see, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. As you see, scales on him, horns. His human-like hands are more claw shape now. So his, his legs. As Izuku, green eyes turn to purple. As Izuku, smiles. As, as Kazuki, looks back as Izuku's like, as Izuku, tells her, retreat. As, she retreats. As Izuku, smiles. And he's like, game over. As he's like, condense, fire blast into a beam from his hand. As, it's just like condensed fire made into a beam weapon, I guess. As, he shoots, the beam splits off and hits both of them. As they go flying out into the ring. As the beam dissipates after it hits. Let's just say he shot two of them. Yeah, let's just say he shot two beams from his hands. From one hand and the other hand, so, as they fall out of the ring, Luna's a little bit confused. And she's like, what is this Quirk? I've never seen anything like that. Is it a dragon Quirk? As, she's trying to wrap her head around it. As she's like, is it done recording? As she's like, yeah, it's done. I had one of my people record the match. She gets a tape a few minutes later. She's like, good, thanks. She gets a CD of it. It's like, CD drive of it or whatever. As she calls one of her attendants. And she's like, deliver this to my mom. And it's like, she's curious now. She's never seen anything like that. He straight up looks like, a part of a, they know of dragons. They haven't seen a dragon in a while, but, they're still around. They've just been waiting for, the resurgence of Bahamut, the destroyer of worlds. So, that's what they call him over the centuries, so, because he kind of went on a killing spree. So, that stuff happened. So, we're going to stop it there, and we're going to go into, a couple more fights, and we're going to the final end of it, then, we'll skip till high school. I have something to do there, so, hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. Alright, bye.